Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking weed.
Me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake's
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler. It's us.
It's us.
Hey, real quick before we get into the meat of the show, so to speak. So I have a dick and balls, and that makes me biologically male
Yes.
per conservatives, right?
Yes.
But did you know
Ooh.
that if I don't try and fight every living thing that I come across all the time, or
if any female helps you in any way,
did you know that
you're not a man? You're
that makes me a
emasculated.
girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to some people on the internet.
Yeah, and we're gonna get into that later on. We are clearly, look, what side of the argument we're on, honestly.
I love the fact that
I just always wanted to say that I have a dick and balls on the air.
We're recording at 9:30 on a Friday morning, and Tyler took initiative, folks. He just jumped right in. He said, "You know what?
I want to start the show talking about my cock and my
Speaking of balls, have you seen the trailer
potatoes
for the new Tucker Carlson documentary?"
Yes,
the dude is tanning his balls in this.
Yes, and did you see that Kid Rock was like complimenting on him? So that means Kid Rock tans his balls.
I think even
He's
Kid
got
Rock
one of those.
made fun of it.
Oh, I thought I saw something where he was like, "Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's
no." I think even Chris Rock was taking a piss out of that.
I don't know, man. Kid Rock's such a fucking idiot.
The king of not being self-aware realizes how stupid. By the way, my wife's seen it on Twitter. Mm-hmm. She thought that was a joke. I'm like, no, that's 100% real.
My favorite is how one of the guys' faces has to be blotted out. Like, wow,
But you're gonna show this naked man tanning his ball sack.
Out of the billions of people on the planet, you couldn't get one of them to go, yeah, I'll flip a tire for you. One.
Well, and
one dude.
And I'm pretty sure and this is what's frustrating. This is where we are. Doctors had to come out and make YouTube videos being like, do not tan your ball sack. Because, even better, I saw a meme of that shot from the trailer and then Stan Marsh putting his balls in the microwave on South Park. So, yeah. We'll talk more about that with the MCU stuff.
Okay, cool.
But overall, I got to just say, like, if Tucker and I said this to my wife, if Tucker Carlson is like the judge, jury, and executioner on masculinity, then I'm not a fucking man.
Yeah, and I don't want to be.
Because I don't want to live up to that chud. That turd is not really the one who. But we're not talking about Tucker Carlson's tanning his nuts. We're talking about a lot of fun stuff today.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a lot about fun stuff, and when we get to that part, I'm gonna talk about the beauty of inferring things from other things, and how we're gonna take this apart and just talk about. It's gonna be really fun. I really appreciate. I mean, the when you think about like what does this say about this? Does this say that the producers of Tucker Carlson's show
somebody's got to be fucking with him, right?
They have like all of this B-roll of guys flipping tires, but they have no release forms for these guys.
Well,
so I
don't even care about that. My thing is like some editor has to.
No, that's fine. Just step on my bit. Let's move on.
No, I'm just saying like whatever. Like that's your B-roll, whatever. But I'm just saying that is the.
Why do you have that much?
That is the gayest shit I've ever seen. That is. Why is this documentary, whatever, about masculinity one of the most homoerotic things? Yeah. That is worse than the volleyball scene.
Nope. Here's the thing. Fine. I mean, if that's your thing.
But you're right, dude.
Fantastic.
You're right. You're Tucker Carlson. You couldn't clear any models for your movie.
Not one. But yeah, if you're see, it's more funny because you're actively trying to be hetero, alpha normative, whatever, and you unintentionally or intentionally, I don't know,
who knows?
But you unintentionally made like what there was one dude who said on Twitter, he's like, he's like, it was a gif of like somebody really pissed off, and it was like my gay porn 70s gay porn VHS cassette watching Tucker Carlson.
So that's the thing that stood of
the
all.
end of men.
So not even the test.
is it the end of men?
Yeah, I think so.
Those kind of men.
So that's
fine.
That's the thing that's we're you know what, this is part of the theme. We're talking about trailers today. I guess we're talking about the Thor trailer. So might as well keep talking about this.
Much
trailer.
better than the other one.
But really, that was your biggest hang up, not the testicle tanning. It was the fact that nobody got the faces cleared for.
No, I'm saying like let's make some inferences. Like, wait a second. So you do have B-roll of a big dude flipping a tire.
Right.
You just have that.
But you couldn't.
But
just
you
hire
don't
a
have the
guy.
release. You don't have the release form. So right away you're like, okay, we could go to the local gym and probably find at least one person who's like, sure, I'll sign that.
Yeah.
But instead of doing that, let's use this and blur his face out.
Yeah.
So if there are any openings on the Tucker Carlson show for producers, because clearly you guys don't do shit and probably get paid a lot. Also, I can bring down the system from within.
See, but this is the problem. We're not racist enough.
Yeah. Also, I wouldn't be able to handle like 10 minutes of trying to be.
Because not being racist is still too much.
They could
to
smell.
work
They
on
would be
Tucker
able to
Carlson.
smell me. They would be able to smell me. I'd walk in the office and they'd be like, liberal.
And I'm not just saying that because.
Snowflake.
And look, guys, I'm not just saying that because it's conservative or everything that he said about being a total racist or being a total piece of shit. No. I'm just saying because it came out 2-3 years ago that his head writer of his show was a full on Nazi.
Oh, do you want to talk about Jesse Waters and his tendency to unplug the tires of all?
We're not doing
This
that.
isn't tinfoil
No,
radio, you
no,
son
no,
of a
no.
bitch.
But I did want to talk.
fuck you,
I'm
dude.
glad you saw that because I did want to talk about that because, like I said, this documentary about the end of men and masculinity is probably one of the gayest things I've seen.
Yeah.
And you know what?
And I mean that in a good way.
No,
like
I'm
if
not-
I was gay, I'd be whacking off to that every
That's
fucking day.
That's
man.
what I'm saying. Like, does Tucker understand that there might be a gay dude that jerks it to that? Like, does that bother him?
No, because he's signaling to the community, like, help me.
I want to come out.
Yeah, dude, Tucker, go for it, man. We're all here for you.
And to agree with Tyler, I don't care that it's gay. I just find it hilarious that it's very homoerotic. It's funny.
Yeah,
to me.
the whole joke is that he's trying to be
We're
so
big and burly men, but then we're
masculine.
gonna make sure all these dudes are oiled up and in slow motion and their muscles are glistening.
I gotta be honest, the word masculine in itself is not really all that manly to me.
You know what's manly? Eating some chocolate with your friend.
You know what's manly?
Sucking down some chocolate with your buddy. Poop
So,
or candy. I don't
did
know.
we ever make a
No, we never did.
No.
What's in my mouth? All right, Tyler. You got something to put in my mouth.
Wow.
Or our mouths. As a team.
Wow. Hi. I didn't even
By the way, this is the first ever video
Ooh.
of What's in My Mouth.
Yeah, because we got tired of the ASMR, and we're pretty sure you guys are tired of it.
Well, I
too.
mean, audio people are still going to be pissed, but it is what it is.
I wanted to listen to that in my car while I was getting a. I'm gonna stop right there. So
Getting a what? A
blowjob from a
Yeah, I
hooker.
knew you were going to say that because I heard the B sound.
No, because you know
blowjob.
that there's people out there who actually do like the ASMR part, and they're like, okay, there's one person out there.
You know, I thought that this was going to be a
Who's
segment
kink?
that I could show to my mom.
Yeah.
And I can't.
So
I can't
firecracker
now.
chocolate. I'm gonna stop and move on.
Yes, firecracker chocolate from who? Who is the company?
It is from Chihuahua Chocolatier.
Okay.
Chef Michael
We don't
Antonioni.
Anyway, what is it? What is this?
I saw this at Walmart. Yep, we're capitalists. We shop. And I was at
You're a fake socialist. Anyway,
yeah,
go on.
nice socialist asshole. But I saw this, and it's crafted with joy. It's sea salt, a dash of chocolate. A dash of chocolate, a dash of chipotle, and popping candy crackle in dark chocolate.
All right, open it up.
And when I lived in Denver, I got this stuff. It was curacao.
I can say when I was in Denver, I ate a firecracker.
5 Points is what's known as the bad part of town in Denver, or was at some point in the past. I don't know about now, but my friends lived in 5 Points, and the cool thing about 5 Points was that
It's more than 4 points.
never came to the 5
You're
points.
gonna see my dog here. in this shot because he heard
He heard about a mile
opening.
away. Okay, I'm gonna give us each like a square. Okay.
That's a
Those are-
lot.
yeah.
Well, that's fine. No, just do that. Jeez.
Dog hair on this one. Okay, so are we ready?
We're gonna say that last piece. We'll eat each side of it, like Lady in the
Lady
Tramp.
in the Tramp. Wait, can we smell it?
What?
Okay. So it looks
Are you ready?
normal. It looks normal. Yeah. Let's
3, 2, 1, eat it. No, see that? Hear that? It's a pop. I didn't know that actually popped.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this up so that doggy can't get at it.
You know, we introduced the rating scale. We introduced the rating scale last week. It was
Yes.
if we really loved it, that's what that gets. If it's mediocre, nice. That's a whatever. And if it's trash and it's just awful,
You are nothing but garbage, yeah. Nothing but garbage, Gaina.
so that's it. I'm gonna say this.
Nice.
Didn't love it. It isn't bad. It is what it is. What are you gonna say?
I love it. Yes.
Seal of approval, right there. The
If I ever get a notary stamp, it's gonna be my hand going like this,
yeah.
and then the words "fuck."
I really
you.
wasn't blown away, man. I wasn't. I'm not a huge dark chocolate guy anyway.
Me neither.
And then the pop rock shit, I'm not a huge into that. I didn't like it.
Well, when I lived in Denver, I got this. It was a chocolate bar. And it was one of
Zesty.
those expensive ones, and it was jalapeno.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, what? And
I've had a
I got
jalapeno
it.
chocolate shake before. They're pretty good.
Mm.
You don't like it?
Well, the place I worked at also had a strawberry rhubarb jalapeno jam,
Mm.
which was great, but I tried to make like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich out of it.
Ooh, yeah.
No, that's not what that's for. That's for like a bunch of hoity-toity fucks to sit around drinking wine and have crackers to spread that on while they're eating, while they're drinking wine and getting hammered. Like a little thing to eat while you're, that's not, you don't use that like jelly,
Well,
like Smuckers.
regardless, those are our rankings. I gave it a nice. He gave it a yes.
Yeah,
That's
because
what you
I for years. Okay, so have you ever had baking chocolate?
No.
That flavorless shit. Okay, so I didn't know this, but for a long time I thought dark chocolate was baking chocolate, semi-sweet, which is disgusting if you've ever had it. And I really wanted some chocolate when I was a little kid. My mom had this whole Tupperware collection of stuff, and each one had like a little thing so you could say what was on it. And I saw this thing, and it had these little gold-wrapped little things, and I was like, ooh. And I opened up, it looked like chocolate. It was disgusting. And for the longest time, I wouldn't eat dark chocolate. But then it took me like years to realize that I love York peppermint patties, and those are dark chocolate.
All right, Coop, what's your thoughts?
Fuck you, man.
Oh, he licked the mic.
Whoa.
All right. Now, Tyler. Oh,
Wow. Put it up.
Let's get into this. So now we did what's in your mouth, what's in my mouth. Now Tyler, as we continue this podcast, you got a minifigure to show us.
Well, we have started doing some Lego unboxing videos over on our YouTube channel,
Yes.
which you're watching right now. Duh. I forget.
Hey,
that
they
this
could
is
be
gonna
listening to the pod.
That's true. If not, go to Off Panel Off Topic on YouTube and smash subscribe. Isn't that how the kids say
Smash that like
it?
button.
Smash that like button.
Click
Get
the
us
bell.
Click the bell, bitches.
Also, yes, if you are watching this segment on YouTube, thanks.
Absolutely,
We're
yeah.
slowly building our audience on YouTube, so we do appreciate you.
Yeah.
So, we're doing a mini unboxing in
Right,
today's
and
episode.
I do have an unboxing video that you'll see.
For our audio listeners, describe what we got here.
So, minifigures come out in series, and they've done some licensed ones, and this newest licensed one is the Muppets. So there's 12 of them, and they're blind bags, as you can see on the video, and you can hear on the audio.
Why? What? Those poor ASMR people have such rock hard boners right now. Anyway,
So I thought it would be fun. I went to the store. I saw them last night, and my brother was like, "Pick me up some." So I went to the store when they opened, and I got a couple more for me and him. I got basically out of 8 that I bought last night, I got only 2 doubles. So I got 6, and my first one was animals. So, but there's a bunch of different ones, and I thought it'd be fun to show you these and see, because I don't have Kermit or Gonzo or Swedish Chef or Janice, the guitar player from the Electric Mayhem.
Minifigures from Lego. It's Muppets.
And it looks like we got. It looks like okay. We can see from the legs, and I think we might have gotten. Who did we get?
Why don't they just send it to you in one piece? Why you gotta?
We got the Swedish Chef,
Oh my
ladies and
God.
gentlemen.
No, dude, come on. If you're gonna do video, put it in like, put them together
Oh,
and,
okay.
and
Well, I just want to make sure
flash the
Coop
camera.
didn't like eat them. So you vamp while I do this here.
Well, if it's not my son eating it, it's my dog eating it. Because Cooper thinks when you open a package.
I don't know if you remember the Swedish Chef segments from the show, but
Here you go. I never watched that much Muppets, if I'm being totally honest.
why don't you just go to hell?
You remember when Disney Plus put a disclaimer in front of them being like, some of these things were insensitive? I'm like,
Have you watched?
It's the fucking Muppets.
Have you watched some of those?
No.
Okay, because you should, and you should notice that. Wow, thanks for telling me that. Because if I was an idiot just watching YouTube, going, whatever you said. Just saying. What they're doing is they're saying, hey, you might be watching this from the prism of today. Look at that. So he's got a little.
Oh, you got a little strawberry?
He's got a little. It's a radish.
Oh, radish.
And if you ever watch the segments on the show,
I'll zoom in later if you can. Well, I mean, if you want to try and get closer. Yeah, Swedish Chef, my man.
bork bork. Oh, sorry. And the cool thing is like he would have like a little Muppet radish or whatever that would talk to him and shit. And the Muppet radish was always like a little shit, like fuck you, motherfucker. And while I'm opening,
Not saying that though.
No, he didn't say that. No, the puppeteer was, and then they had to bleep it out and go like, "You can't be talking while you're doing."
This is
the
a kids
radish.
show. You can't be swearing.
You can't be saying "motherfucker" out of the radish's mouth.
No, if you're
okay?
gonna do that, do it in the happy time.
I'm gonna give you this. This is the little thing here while I open this other one, and it's just the.
This is Kermit the Frog talking to you.
So now there's only 4 of them that I don't have, and I'm hoping that I really want Gonzo and Kermit. I don't really care.
You gotta get Beaker, dude.
I have Beaker at home.
You did say that, didn't you?
Yeah, I got Beaker and Bunsen. I
want the old dudes.
I have one of them. I have the one without the mustache.
Dude, I want Kermit just because he's got a sick ass banjo.
And what do we have here? It looks like we have Fozzie Bear.
Ooh.
Yes, Fozzie Bear. I'm not going to put him
also,
together.
you're totally right. Animal is the best one.
He is the best one. He's got a fucking drum set, dude. He's got a fucking drum set.
Well, then you get Kermit with the banjo, and you got then you got
Janice with the guitar.
Janice with the guitar. You got the full fucking.
So
band.
I got Fozzie Bear on that last one, and I'm not going to put them together because I already have one at home.
I'm Fozzie Bear.
Yeah. Waka waka waka.
Waka waka waka. Who wants to hear a funny ass joke?
But
Shout
Muppets,
out to Family Guy.
Muppets are great. Legos, I love how you do the. They also have like regular minifigure like series, like hey, we don't have a Scotch bagpiper, like that type of stuff, or we don't have an alien female,
Just like the generic one.
Basically, yeah. And there's series, and I bought a couple of those a couple weeks ago because they're out right now, and I just gotta say, listen, since you've given us like Simpsons blind bags and DC with like Batmite and fucking What If Marvels and fucking Disney characters with like Peter Pan and all the fucking Wizard of Oz characters and Batman Lego and you've given me all these. I don't care about the regular ones anymore.
I want licensed.
I want shit that I recognize
on my TV.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, as we wrap this up, the funniest because I look at Kermit, sorry.
Yeah.
With a banjo.
What do you think of that
and I
big
think,
ass rainbow? You think conservatives are mad?
I think. Well, I mean, first they took Mr. Potato Head, and then they put a rainbow with Kermit.
You fucking
those
sons of bitch.
No, one of my favorite cutaway Family Guy jokes was racist Kermit when do you know what I'm talking about? When the dude comes, he's like in the swamps, and he comes up to Kermit and he goes, "I was just wondering how to get back to, or how I could get to town." And he goes, "Yeah, back the way you came."
Oh,
I was like, jeez. I don't even know what the context of the rapist.
Does it matter what the context was? There is no context in Family Guy. That's why it's a shitty show.
All right. Why don't you get off South Park's dick.
I'm not
Anyway,
on South
speaking of
Park's
South
dick.
Park's dick, thanks so much for watching this on YouTube. If you're listening on the podcast,
Is YouTube
we
South
love
Park's
you too.
dick?
No.
Oh.
I just needed a shitty segue. I'm sorry. All right. Well, let's talk about some trailers. And by trailers, I mean one trailer. And by that trailer, I mean Thor. I don't know why I went to that level. But anyway.
Well, let me just the audience needs to know we're both professional broadcasters in real life. This is kind
you
of
don't
a
need
hobby.
to tell them that I'm
No.
Did you were picking up on me cueing myself, right?
Right. Yeah, will you let me finish?
No.
For fuck's sake.
I have to interrupt you. That's part of the show.
When he did the whole thing with the now we're going to talk about trailers and we're going to talk about he did that whole thing. What he's doing when you're talking to somebody normally, you say and like a lot. You can't help it. That's the way we talk to each other, okay? But when you're broadcasting, you don't want to say that shit. So we are both have the gift of gab, if you will, and what that means is that we are able to take our words and stretch them out. We're able to say things like ridiculous things, like he said, to make sure that we're not sounding like we don't know what we're talking about and that this is completely off the cuff.
Are you done? No, do the thing. Because remember, off the air, if I said, "Are you done?" you were going to say something else.
What did I say?
I don't remember.
Fuck.
Yeah, we're broadcasters.
Fuck you.
So
No, but you
after months
yeah, but you learn
of clamoring and wanting to see this, talking about this, because this movie's coming out in July.
sacrificing small animals to the god Pan
Yes.
are some of the other things that we did.
Oh,
That other people did.
real quick, because
Yeah.
this is related. We did release that Lego Thor Love and Thunder goat boat set. YouTube, fix your fucking algorithm, all right? Because, or whatever the fuck you use to do copyright checks, figure that shit out. Because twice now, and there's a reason why I had to re-upload it, because you're right, part of it got cut out. I used a royalty-free music bed that I verified was royalty-free, and somebody kept trying to copyright claim it. So I had to cut out part of the song at the end of the video, so it's just you going,
That's fine.
which is fine, because it's
We
funny.
should have just left it that. Yeah.
Should have, but I'm sick of this shit. And now I'm just going to say fuck you, and I'm going to make my own music because I have the ability to. So
Yeah,
I'll just,
and we're fucking geniuses.
I'll make my own generic.
You know what? We'll make our own fucking internet.
No, we're not doing that.
What?
No, we don't. We don't have the infrastructure to do that. And I'm not an engineer. But I'll make my own fucking unboxing music bed at this point, because this is the this is the second time this shit's happened, and it's not. And the artist that tried to claim it isn't the fucking artist. And just to alleviate any more of stupid shit that I got to deal with, I just cut part of the song out, because I was like, whatever, I'll just cut this.
Also, dude.
So regardless, we're not talking about that.
The music is not good enough to
Let's just-
wage a war on trying to copyright.
It's not worth it. I
It's
don't
really
I don't really
shitty music.
It's just generic music.
You can have it, fuckface.
No, don't even say that. I don't know who this person is. I don't know them. Maybe they.
Somebody who works for YouTube.
Let's
They're not
talk about
good.
the trailer. Let's
Okay.
move on. Jesus.
God.
Well, we had to do a 5-minute fucking explanation of what stalling means. I just want to talk about Thor, goddammit. Anyway, let's talk about. You know what? You do it.
No, what's going on?
No, talk about the trailer.
What?
So, months of waiting. You're playing the off-panel, off-topic drinking game. Jake has an outburst. You are drunk.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would take that off the drinking game for now, at least until
Or at least have a bingo
at least
card.
until Lincoln's 2 and sleeps at night.
And when we're not recording at 9:30 in the morning.
You've been awake for like 7 hours already. Don't lie.
No, I haven't.
Really?
I've been up since like 8.
Oh, good for you. You got some sleep.
No, this sucks.
Oh.
I work nights. Anyway, what do we think about? Because I don't want to do it's a minute and a half, which shows a lot of restraint by Marvel, which I was very surprised. And quite honestly, I know we're gonna get another one. I don't want to watch another one. I think this was enough for me to whet my appetite for the rest of the movie. I really, because they're being smart. They showed us a lot in that minute and a half, but we have no idea what's going on. There's no context for it. It was just flashing of
Which
images.
is the way it should
Which
be.
it should be. That's what a trailer is. And
Yeah.
and we've got. I'm glad that we kind of got back to that a little bit, because there's some trailers that give way too much.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that. I mean, fucking Amazing Spider-Man 2, I remember when that was coming out, they showed the last shot of the movie in the trailer. And Venom's done it, and like you can do that without context. It's fine. But we like just this trailer alone, there are so many different versions of Thor in this minute and a half. Like, because you get that opening shot where he's running as a kid, and we've talked about this on the show before. It is hilarious to me that after 20 years of these movies, we've not MCU movies, but superhero movies in general, we are finally at the point where they actually show the comic accurate costumes. I mean, they're not afraid to do that, because in that, and quite honestly, this is the only time we're probably going to see classic Thor.
Well,
I think that shot was it.
everybody forgets that he did have the helmet for a little bit in the first movie,
Yeah, but
which is the closest we had to the comic accurate thus far.
I like him without the helmet. Personally.
The cool thing about, and he doesn't wear his helmet much in the comics anymore for obvious reasons. But the cool thing about Thor and Loki and like the Asgardians and whatnot, compared to like say Captain America or Spider-Man, Captain America and they've played around with they've made tweaks to the costumes, but generally Captain America is red, white, and blue with the stripes and the star and the wings, right? Spider-Man is the webs and the red and the blue and the right. But really, Thor, you can almost make him a new costume every comic book, and nobody's gonna go, hey, as long as you got like the big circles on the chest, and probably
cape.
yeah, honestly, you can play around with a lot of that. So that's what's kind of cool about the Asgardians and like Thor and stuff, is that you don't have to. Nobody's really gonna get super pissed if you don't make it comic accurate.
And if you're going to be a stickler, I mean, Thor doesn't even look like traditional.
Yeah, and
Thor
honestly,
is
if
fat
you want
and redheaded,
and if you want to be a fucking stickler about the original comics, okay, those wings are way too big on the helmet.
I never liked the helmet, so I'm fine
love
with him
the
without
helmet.
the helmet. No, I like it in
But I'm a
concept.
dork.
I mean, as you see on this thumbnail, there's a picture of me with the helmet on.
Have you ever seen the helmet? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't really sit on his head. It more sits on his hair.
But regardless,
That's gonna fall off
we
during
saw
battle.
we saw the classic look. We saw like his MCU look, like his
It's-
usual look. But then we saw a golden plated one. Then we saw one where he looks like this Viking one. So, and he's walking through fire. This movie is going to have so much shit in it. And I think the trailer did a great job of setting tone and letting you know that this is a movie about Thor. And we'll talk about this later with the quartering and MCU. But this is the first time we're really seeing Thor. Some people could argue this, but I think this is the first time we're actually seeing him find himself. Because even in the first Thor movie, he's an arrogant jerk who learns to have a little bit of humanity.
I don't remember the second one.
And the Avenger, no, but in the Avenger, and you're seeing him being around humans more has changed him, and that was kind of the reaction to making him goofier in the other, because he's funny in Avengers. He's funny in Avengers: Age of Ultron. Like, he's quipping with those guys too. The Dark World was, again, I think the Dark World was. I don't think that would be him finding himself. I think that was more of him starting to lose his family, because that's really, people complain like he's trying to find himself for the third movie. I'm like, no. This is the first time he's lost everything. He lost his brother, and you could say Loki's still alive, but that's not the Loki that he knows. He's stuck in time somewhere. He lost his brother. He lost his mom. He lost his dad. His sister is technically still alive, but he lost his home. Steve Rogers is old now. Tony's dead. Like, he is truly having to figure out who he is by himself for the first time in these movies, and I love that they're going for that angle in this movie. and I love the stuff with the Guardians. I don't think they're going to be in the movie very long. I think they'll be in like the first 10 minutes, maybe.
I would wager to say that everything that we saw in the trailer, except for perhaps the shot at the end, I would wager to say everything that we saw was no more than the first 20, 30 minutes of the movie tops.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that the whole Guardians thing and him getting skinny and whatnot is like the beginning of the movie.
And this movie looks incredible. Like, this looks like concept art put into him. Like, the shots, like, with him on the tree, like, sitting by the tree, it looks like these beautiful fucking paintings. Like, matte paint. I know it's not matte, it's CG, but it looks like a matte painting like they would have back in the day.
It's gloss, motherfucker.
And then, when him and Korg are standing on the rock and there's that big fucking monster that's dead.
Straight from the comics.
There's a literal, in the exact panel. The only difference is Korg is with him. That's the only change. But like, so, and I love that this movie is unabashedly being like, we're doing the Jason Aaron run. That's what we're doing. We're probably not going to do the whole 7 years, but we're going to do this run. And the smartest thing they did, though, and I hope they keep consistent with this, they didn't show Gore. Gore isn't even mentioned. Gore isn't even alluded to. The only allusion to him is seeing Zeus. That's the only allusion to him.
No, the only allusion we see to Gore is the giant dead god that panel that we were talking about.
Nobody else is going to get that. We're going to get that, but nobody else. You know what I mean? Why are you getting so defensive? What I'm saying is a general audience doesn't know what that means.
Let me finish. Jesus.
No,
okay.
no, could you do that?
What?
Oh, Jake made it and Jake said something.
Wow. Okay. No. What I was saying is that
jerk.
What I was saying is that Zeus. If you're a casual comic fan and you've read about Gore, you still don't know who the fuck that is. If you are a eagle-eyed comic fans will notice that that's from the comic. That one scene is from the comic, and we'll know that that's from the Jason Aaron run, and we'll go, okay, well that's a reference to Gore. Because Gore killed that guy.
Well, even Zeus isn't even an allusion to him.
You don't even see him. You see his butt.
Yeah, but what I'm saying with what I was getting at is even you're right, but I mean most people aren't going to pick up on Zeus or the giant. They're going to pick up on Zeus because Zeus is in our zeitgeist. But
also he's got a fucking thunderbolt.
But they don't know. Yeah, but they don't know that Gore's going to kill him. Like you and I know that's probably why he's in it, but most people aren't.
I don't know. I never read that run, but I would hope.
No,
don't introduce Zeus to kill him, please.
Why?
Do you want Zeus to be killed off?
I don't care about Zeus in the Marvel universe.
Well, right.
Do you?
No,
I don't give a fuck about
I
Hercules
am tired
in the Marvel.
I'm tired of throwaway characters in the MCU.
They're not gonna just kill him. They got Russell Crowe, so they're not gonna just kill him. But what's his purpose in it other than being like Thor, being like, oh, there's other thunder gods?
The fact that it's Russell Crowe actually makes me think that they would, because a lot of these actors don't like to sign on for multiple projects for these.
Well,
things,
they're gonna. I think
they're real actors. Oh.
Zeus is gonna die.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a connection to this movie from Moon Knight.
Well, that's what I was saying a couple weeks ago. Is that
there's got to be some.
I don't think we'll see Gore, but I think we'll have some sort of like, hey, something's happening
connection
in the land of the gods,
which would make sense. Yeah.
In the realm of the gods.
I'm not. Maybe,
is it another dimension?
Maybe he kills Khonshu. I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows? Because my guess is Khonshu gets freed and then he gets killed by.
Here's all the evidence that I have of what's going to happen.
But so yeah, we didn't see Gore. I wish, and they already announced it, but I wish this would have been saved for the movie. She was already in it. We knew she was going to be in it. But her catching Mjolnir and seeing Jane Foster as the mighty Thor, I wish we could have saved that for the movie. But
we were gonna.
But it's Disney. It's a publicly traded company. They have Natalie Portman in it, and they're not going to pay her that money and not have her on the screen for the trailer. And I guarantee you she doesn't wear that helmet very much.
So clearly
because again, they're not going to pay for her face and not have her be in a helmet the whole time.
Clearly they're going to have the Mjolnir that Hela broke. Because you can see when it comes up,
it's put back together.
It's whatever. And it wouldn't surprise me if they tried to do some sort of like, hey, I hope they don't, because I hope they don't like kind of mistake our intelligence, but I could see them trying to do something like, well, who is this? And she has her helmet on, and they and she's trying to pretend.
Yeah.
But
You
wouldn't
can't get
Thor
away with
know that it's
No,
Jane?
he knows because if you look,
You can't really.
if you
do
look at the
that.
shot, he's confused because he knows it's her.
It's like the book Sirens of Titan by Kurt Vonnegut.
Plus, if they wanted to hide that, they do a full.
I'm about to go on a tangent.
They do a full face.
It's like the
covering.
book Sirens of Titan by Kurt Vonnegut. Now,
Oh my
the
God.
whole book is a premise. I'm doing this because of your outburst earlier, by the way. This is your punishment. So
No,
the
because
whole
when I
book
say
is
something,
the hinge.
you do that face of shutting down like I just took away your fucking ice cream or
well,
something.
well, because there's nicer ways to. Oh, okay, let's move on.
No, because you.
I was gonna do a funny thing where I talked about this shitty book that you
Well, I'm
fucking
trying
couldn't
to make,
care less
I'm
about.
trying to make a video here,
Right.
with this podcast,
and it would have been funny. Okay, let's move on to the next bit then. What? So
well, I felt bad too, so I was projecting my own insecurities
well,
at you.
that's fine. But now the bit's over. So what are we? Okay, so we.
I-
Okay,
you know what it is? I think it's I get mad when you like do the actually like pushing the
That's
because
my-
I like to do that. So then when you do it to me, then I take it personally. Like you son of a bitch. That's my thing too.
so next week on Off Panel Off Couples Therapy.
Yeah, we break off therapy.
Look, let's get it out of the air. Look,
Well, we're on therapy.
let's get it out of the air. Okay, first things first.
Oh, Jesus.
No,
we're
gonna do this.
I just want to talk about the fucking trailer.
fucking
I'm
bad.
not doing this. I'm
What?
not doing this. I'm not going to
We're-
derail the show.
We're not gonna do anything serious.
No,
Just calm down.
I don't.
No,
I just
let's-
want to talk about Thor.
Because I want to make it clear. I am giving you way more benefit of the doubt than I usually. Well, not like I did before. Like it's not like you're an idiot or anything. But like we give each other benefit of the doubt because we're friends and we respect each other. Unlike what you're doing right now, but
Nobody's going to watch this. They've already clicked off the video. They've already clicked off the podcast.
All right. Okay. What's next?
See, you're doing it again.
Well, you just told me to shut up. What fucking face am I supposed to fucking make? I was going to explain to the audience that you're not the total fucking tyrant that you've been acting like all fucking day. That you have a child and that you don't get a lot of sleep and you're fucking stressed out. And that I understand that. I get that. And I give you the fucking benefit of the doubt. And instead of making a big fucking stink about it, I shut down so we can move on and not deal or acknowledge the outburst because they're going to come. And I know that. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that you are stressed. So rather than make a big deal when you make an outburst, I shut down so we can move on to the next thing. I love you, Jake. I love your family. I love everything about the new life and I know that you're stressed. And so if that's not me shutting down. That's me going, "Okay, he's had it." Let it go and move on. Let him relax and get into the meat of what it is. Okay?
Yeah, I just I love that I was trying to stop it and then I just let you go.
Well, we're usually pretty good about that.
It's been a
Okay.
day. And it just started.
Exactly.
No,
That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't look at this as like you're mad at me or that you don't like me or anything like that or whatever. I look at it as, man, I just want to get through this podcast so I can get to the other 1,000 things
really-
I have to do today.
Really what it is all the things that you said. But it is I just don't I'm lazy. And now I know I'm gonna have to do some extra editing. That's really what I'm bitching
Why
about.
aren't you just going to leave it all on? That'd be great.
No. Because people, dude, the internet is not going to click on a trailer discussion and be like, wow, they're having a fucking fight. Well, actually, you know what?
But it's good content.
Wait a minute. That's good. That's views. Maybe you're onto something. I thought this was going to be a very concise segment. But it's
Well,
not.
we can make whatever we
So
want.
from the trailer, what predictions do we have? Because
okay.
clearly they're going to mash God Butcher
Mhm.
and Mighty Thor together.
Right.
They're gonna smash those two storylines
right.
together.
I thought you were
So
talking
what-
about
so,
characters. What?
What are you thinking?
Okay, so you and I both, I think we have seen the articles, or we might have even talked about it, but there's a shot where I think it's Thor, Korg, and then like a blank when like it looks like a ship's taking off, like towards
Yeah,
the
it's
end.
the goat boat.
I don't know. I think it's the Guardians leaving. it's towards the end of the show, towards the end of the trailer. He's got his Ravager suit on, and they're
Which is hilarious because clearly he took Star-Lord's jacket and cut the sleeves off of it.
so they're like, but there's clearly like a space. It's a
it's the part of the movie where they go their separate ways.
I am willing to bet. I would love to see Beta Ray Bill finally, and that would be cool if he was in that spot.
But see, they haven't announced him, and I feel like that's their status quo. Is they have to announce certain characters, I guess. But I don't
know how they would do it.
I have no idea.
They have to announce. So I know where you're going with this, and it's what it is they have to announce. It's publicly traded company. You've said this before. It's a publicly traded company, Disney and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to announce when somebody is hired onto a project, like an actor.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why they had the Jane Foster stuff.
As
and
far as I
Natalie
know,
Portman.
there aren't any actors that are signed on for undisclosed roles right now, are there?
No, but I did. I don't think so. But I did see somebody on Twitter said that they like Keith David. Would you want to? They tweeted at him and like, would you voice Beta Ray Bill if they ever did it? And he goes 100% absolutely. I was like, oh fuck yeah, give me.
What
Keith,
about this? What
Keith
about
David Beta Ray Bill?
You know Sean Gunn is in it because of Rocket, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
Why-
the mocap for Beta. Beta Ray. I don't know. I don't think Beta Ray.
Why-
Dude, I think there's
that's a way you can
there's
do it
so
and
much.
keep it a
I
secret.
think there's going to be so much in this movie. I don't think Beta Ray Bill's going to be in it. I think that they're going to focus on. My question is: are they going to do Unworthy Thor too? Are they going to just say? Are we going to get?
That's a lot of fucking.
Are we
back
gonna
from
get-
the comics though?
Are we? Are
That's a
we?
lot of
Are we going to
backstory.
get Gore was right, and that's what leads to the Mjolnir stuff?
I don't know.
And I think they're going to do the cancer stuff. They're definitely going to do the cancer Jane
they kind of
storyline.
have to.
because
That's
why-
a big part of
It's
the story.
a perfect explanation to. I mean, yes, you had the built-in explanation of the blip, but that could be a great example why she hadn't seen Thor since the second Thor movie because she'd been dealing with cancer, and I'm assuming that's what they're going to go with this. But here's my question: do they commit whole hog because we had the symbiote stay in the MCU? Are we going to get all black? Are we going to go full bore and say he has the all black and that's how he's killing people?
I don't know if you noticed from the unboxing video we did for the Goat Boat, available right now on our YouTube channel, but Gore minifigure comes with a black sword, which I assume to be the all black, the Necro sword.
Yeah. Which was Null. Which is, are they really going to commit to Null already? Are they going to say, we're going to do that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, like people, guys like you and me, we would be totally fucking into that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, there's so much backstory.
But I love
that the casual,
and I love
you know
that
what I mean?
we are in the part of the MCU that we're going into more contemporary. Not even that. More contemporary.
Cosmic 2, though.
No, for me, what I'm saying is
No.
the contemporary stuff.
That's it.
The Jason Aaron stuff, the Donny Cates stuff, the more
I'm tired of fighting.
modern Marvel.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the History Channel show Modern Marvels.
Yeah. Or the Silver Age.
But it just seems like I think Taika can do it because he said it's the craziest movie he's ever made. But it is going to be interesting to mix the Mighty Thor, mix in maybe some Unworthy Thor, and do the God Butcher storyline. And I think that was, look, they're going to do more with Zeus because it's Russell Crowe, but I think that was the intention, to show him in the trailer, to be like, look, we're committing to the idea that there's other gods. So we've accepted that Khonshu exists and the Egyptian gods exist. So now we're also saying that all these gods are part of it. And I would not be surprised if we did get a Gore was right, because in this sequence of Thor finding himself, maybe he does buy into the idea that gods are meaningless. And the whole god, because that's really what Gore's legacy is the gods are pointless.
You're actually bringing it around to where I wanted to bring it, which is why I think Beta Ray Bill will be in the movie. Because I think that the Secret Wars was, you know, again, talk about fucking backstory that you would need before breaking out on the MCU. But the Secret Wars, the most recent one, where they had like the Thor Corps, They were basically
The Thors, yeah.
They were it was called
The book was Thor's, yeah.
Yeah. But they were and the Thor core is actually a concept from the comics back in like 80s and 90s.
And that Secret War was when they smashed the Ultimate Universe into the
was
regular
Battle
universe.
World.
The Earth 616 met Ultimate.
Doom was in control of everything.
Marvel doing what these companies always do, with like these things will never cross, and then eventually we're just gonna make an event where the Ultimate Universe tries to take over the 616.
I actually thought it was really cool because Doom actually was trying to take over. There's a lot more to it. Blah blah blah.
And then there's the whole where we get the Gore was right thing was Original Sin. That was the Jason,
which
Aaron.
is after all the Secret
Yes.
Wars stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think it would be really cool if they tried to do like a Thor core type of concept where they brought in Mighty Thor. They have Unworthy Thor, or rather, in the comics, he's known as Thor Odin's son.
Do you think that he's going to lose his arm? Because his arm gets ripped off.
It does. Weirdly enough, he has his arm back in the comics.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I've been reading
I haven't read any of the new stuff.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But no, there's also because of his costuming and everything, there's also thoughts that they might turn him into Thunderstrike and make him that Thunderstrike character from the comics with the mallet, and then have her be the Mighty Thor.
Mm. Well, and I think also what they're trying to do, because I really think they're going to commit to Gore, and they're going to do. With him running, what this signifies to me, with him running at the first shot of the trailer, running through and showing all the costumes and everything, I think they're going to commit to what Jason Aaron did, which was a very ambitious idea, which it's going to be told throughout time because there's 3 Thors in the God Butcher storyline, because he's been fighting Gore through the time stream. And are they going to wait? Are they going to do the God Bomb?
I don't know what that is.
The God Bomb is the second part of that Gore run, where he finds a god that's the god of bombs and makes a God bomb that he's going to use to explode the time stream and kill gods throughout time. And I don't know if they're going to do that in this movie. There just seems like there's a lot. And maybe that's the lead up to the next. I don't know.
I'm cool with everything. I'm glad you and I talked about this when we first started talking about this trailer. I'm glad that they've gotten more into like not showing us like too much.
Yes, I don't really need another trailer.
I kind of don't either.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it.
You're excited.
Feel these nipples. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to touch on in things of my predictions of what I believe. And you know what? I am totally fine being completely wrong. And I want to be completely wrong.
You're fucking wrong, man.
Yeah. And I want to point out, I do love the fact that he was working out with the chains, doing the rope movements. But did you see there was a giant, I think it was like a watcher.
Might have been.
Like a dead watcher, because it was a giant skeleton that the chains were attached to. So
I don't know.
And also his
that
hat
that would tie into Unworthy
his
Thor.
hat says Strongest Avenger on it.
Because
did you see that?
I didn't. But because Nick Fury kills the Watcher and then whispers something into Thor's ear.
That's what he whispers. He whispers Gore was right into his ear, and that's what makes him unworthy.
Is that? I was just about actually a couple weeks ago. I was thinking like, did they ever announce what he said to his ear?
Yeah, and that's how they bring back Gore in that story.
By the way, Nick Fury right now they're having this thing called the Reckoning War in comics, and Nick Fury has returned because Uatu is on trial by the other Watchers.
Also, if they do what they do in the comics, Gore gets consumed. He goes into the All Black. And he lives inside the All Black because the All Black is a living thing, right? Living sword. And then later in the comics, Loki, actually in Donny Cates' run, I know Loki wields Mjolnir for a second, but I don't know if they're actually going to bring Loki back into the main time stream or whatever. But Loki is also the catalyst for Gore returning, because Gore was at peace inside the sword because it was a void of nothing and all that. But then he comes back out. It's a whole thing.
It's a big deal.
Finally, I want to wrap this whole segment up by talking about I really hope, and I don't know how we're going to do it in this movie because there's so much, but I really hope they commit to telling Gore's story, because his backstory is tragic and awful, and because he lives on this planet that is a desolate, like it keeps getting hit with different sorts of like catastrophic events. He has a wife, he has a family, and little by over the years his wife dies from a tragic event, his kids starve to death, he's on the brink of death, and he gets cast out from his the group that he's with because he denounces the gods. He goes, I've prayed to them and I've prayed to them and they've given me nothing and they're nothing. They're useless. I hate, fuck the gods. And then Null and another god fight each other, come crash down to Earth, and that's where he finds the All Black. And then when he does that, he realizes he has the ability to kill a god. And
he
then
stands up and he goes, "Oh, it's on.
You're fucked now."
I'm gonna get
So
you.
I really, and dude, we're burying the lead. Christian fucking Bale as Gore, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be special.
Oh, and I've also seen you kind of talked about this. There's the leaks of what his design is, and he looks more of like Christian Bale and more of Christian's likeness. And Jason Aaron himself defended it, and he says it's not about Gore's Gore's nose or lack thereof or what he looks like. It's about his message. And he goes, trust in the face of Christian Bale because it's a damn good face. And dude, Bale, if you've seen American Psycho, you know that dude can play crazy. So, well, if you've heard him on set, you know that dude can play crazy. So I'm excited. And
what kind of person just
do you
want
to see
another person's shot?
Yeah.
What are you, some kind of mental idiot?
If you're on YouTube, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, smash that button, all that shit. Now let's get back.
Smash it.
Let's get back to the meat and potatoes
What are potatoes?
of this what some would say.
What?
Some would say it was our bread and butter last time we were together in a podcast we used to do called Tinfoil Radio. And now, not
what?
everyone loved the Thor trailer, and you know what? That's fine.
And I think you know what here. Just a thought is that maybe a little bit of the kind of moving back towards that tinfoil radio. Remember how that stressed us out so much? Maybe that's also adding to that. You know what I mean? Because we're also kind of like, we're kind of going back to that.
But here's the thing: this one is more fun because this doesn't require a lot of
Way
research.
Way more fun.
No, it doesn't require research because of how stupid these sons of bitches are.
Yeah. And plus, it's just one video that is on the internet, so it's again, I didn't even watch it. You did more. But
There's this other YouTube channel called Nerdrotic, which is another one of those
Nerdrotic.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be like a play on the word erotic?
Yes.
Why?
And guess what? It's a very unattractive man with a beard that does it. I'm just kidding. I'm not here to make fun of people's looks. But he made a whole
Hey, a bald guy with a beard? Fuck you.
Well, he wears a hat and glasses, so maybe it's you.
Fuck you.
No, I would never put that on you because this guy is abhorrent.
I know.
That guy's abhorrent. So he made a 13-minute video explaining what the MCU was.
Oh my
he's
God.
Like,
This is a thing?
I coined this term, is what he was saying, because they've been saying this shit since Captain Marvel almost.
Oh my God.
Oh, here's the funniest thing about this. Before we even get to the meat of the quartering video. Yes, we're talking about the quartering on this podcast. Trust me, this has been a long time coming because I fucking hate this guy. There was a video I saw when I was looking for this video. I saw another one when Spider-Man came out, and it said the woke agenda. Disney's upset about the woke, their woke agenda doesn't work. Spider-Man destroys the MCU or something like that. Quartering. It's the same fucking company. They don't give two shits. They're excited that Spider-Man outperformed Black Widow and Shang-Chi in those other movies. Because, while it might more of the money goes to Sony, they're still making all that fucking money. So this whole narrative of this MCU version of the Marvel, they got to be pissed that Spider-Man does well or this does well. And it's like, why? It's still Marvel, dumb shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt them at all. In fact, it empowers them.
Yeah.
And so, and Quartering is also a guy. And look, when I want to do more of these takedowns, I want to try and focus on the present because you and I've talked about that. I don't want to dig up old tweets and all this other shit. But look, this is a pattern. Because him, RK Outpost, Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, yeah, I'm gonna keep name dropping
All
them.
these neck
because I want you to
beards.
know when you see videos from these people, you know who they are, and they Ben Shapiro, any of those fuckers do any sort of review if it has minorities in it in any context. If there are black people or any minorities in it, it's woke. If women have anything other than to be for the male gaze or be a plot device,
It's woke.
if the woman, you better put that woman in a fucking fridge if you want this movie not to be woke, according to these people. And any of that.
I'm not laughing at fridging. I'm
No.
laughing at you're right.
Yes, it's true. And and we joked about at the top of the show, any sort of whiff of a female doing anything or helping the male character, you've emasculated the man. I talked about this with He-Man. They were bitching because
She-Ra.
She-Ra, no,
Man-at-Arms. Orko.
dude.
Sorry.
She-Ra's
Beast Man.
no, God, it's Layla or something.
Oh, I don't fucking have a
God
clue.
damn it.
I don't
Sarah
know.
Michelle Gellar's character in the Netflix
Still
show.
haven't seen it.
I haven't finished it.
I don't get Netflix anymore.
They were bitching about her because she kind of took the main stage, and they're like, they took away He-Man, and they don't, and it's like, okay, you guys need to get outside.
What's more? What's less manly? A show called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, not featuring He-Man a lot, or a grown fucking man bitching about
and
it.
They're
a fucking toy.
They're pissed because they're of the gender swapping of characters.
Like what?
They're pissed. The Ancient One is one of them, just off the top of my
Oh,
head.
in the MCU.
Yes.
Actually, that was more of a
Kevin Feige himself apologized for that because he
it was
whitewashed the character.
Yeah. Oh, it was all bad. All bad.
They complain that in Shang-Chi, his sister beats him up because, for whatever reason, women can be.
Have you ever
good
had a
with this.
big sister when you were like
Well,
littler
his
than her?
big complaint was because in the movie she said she never trained, but then she just watched them and learned how to fight. And I'm like, it's a comic book movie. Do you think I?
Yeah.
By the way, the same movie, the main bad guy has magical rings that are attached to his arms. So I'm not really gonna fucking.
I love how they use plot holes to explain woke culture. Like what?
Right.
That's just shitty writing.
We live in a universe where they opened a portal and pulled fucking aliens through to fight in the middle of New York City.
That's just shitty writing, folks.
That's
That's not woke.
Yeah, exactly. But
That's
anyway,
just, hey, how do we make sure that she's on par with Shang-Chi? Oh, she watched
But the Quartering
them.
has a history. He made like over 50-some videos about Brie Larson. And only because Brie Larson made one comment where she said that maybe we don't need to make movies for she said most movie critics are white men.
Yeah.
And she was trying to say we need more women and people of color to be critics so that there's more
That's fair.
I don't know. I don't remember the exact way that she
Yeah.
said it, but what she was
I get what
saying,
you're
it was
saying.
like we don't
Yeah,
need to
that's
make
fair.
movies that cater to white men.
Yeah, totally.
Ever since she said that, these fucking losers have been attacking her for years, and you better believe they blew a fucking gasket when that movie made $1 billion. They're like, well, that's just because whamming.
Wham.
So anyway, let's do this. This is about a 12-minute video because Quartering has got to get that ad revenue because he
Can
can't.
I just say this one thing real quick before we start this? The best part about this, the most ironic part of all this stupid shit, is if these guys hadn't given a shit, that movie would have been rightly looked on as one of the lesser quality
that's-
MCU movies of the last like 5 years.
That's the thing. They're picking the wrong thing to be mad at.
And
They're not right, but they have something to complain. You're right.
but they drove revenue for that movie.
Sorry. Yes, they did. But at the same time, if they would have just focused on the movie itself, the movie is not that good.
No, it's not.
But they had to make it a political, personal attack on Brie Larson. And, yeah. So, anyway, let's talk about
How dare them women
the
stand
trail-
up for themselves?
We talked about the trailer.
Yeah.
Here's what the Quartering thought. The thumbnail is beautiful because it says, I don't care. And then it proceeds to do a 12-minute video
About
bitching
why he
about
does.
it. Now, I don't have the full 12 minutes. We're not going to sit through that.
No,
Some of these clips are chopped up.
we wouldn't do that to you.
I did my best to leave the context in there because I know his fucking fans, and he probably... No, maybe not. We're not that big. But somebody might come in here and bitch about this. But
Yet.
Anyway, here's the first clip.
The trailer for Thor.
Oh, and I sped this up
Love
because
and
he
Thunder
talks so
dropped
fucking
today.
slow.
I just couldn't care less. It's no longer the MCU to me, or even the hilarious MCU. It's literally become the meh-CU to me. I see a lot of my cohorts on Twitter.
These are raw.
And this isn't a dig on them or a slight on them.
Should be though, because they suck.
But like,
just like you.
you know, I just think that most people are over the Marvel excitement.
But yet you want to get those clicks.
Is
So
that
you
the end of the clip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to get those clicks, so you make a video about it. At least you're
Yeah.
honest, buddy.
And here's
At least
the
you're
other
honest,
thing.
Jeremy.
Here's the other thing. How did he get clicks? Is it because he took something that was almost universally beloved and attacked it?
Yeah.
Gee, that's not
Jeremy, your grift is showing.
Yeah, you fuck. Do we have another one?
No, hold on. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have more. I have a couple more clips, but I wanted to pull up the title specifically of the title.
And
for
dude,
the
did
video.
you see?
So here's what the title is.
Yep.
Thor: Love and Thunder trailer emasculates Thor again and ushers in the MCU.
That's
era.
the one I saw that I show that I
Yes.
yeah. And I
That's
was like,
the title, and then the thumbnail says, "I don't care."
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Dude. So I don't know if you noticed, but did you hear like the pride in his voice when he was like, "Meh, see you." Where's my fuckers with the high fives, man?
Dude, I don't know how anybody watches this dude.
Right?
Not just for the content, but I'm just saying, how does anybody watch the quartering on normal speed? I shit you not. Every episode, I watch it at 1.5 speed, and that's when it sounds like the normal pace of a person talking.
Yeah.
I shit you not. Dude, when I cut these clips, I had to sit there and meticulously chop and chop and chop and chop.
that
There
one,
are pregnant pauses in there,
Yeah.
but that was me being generous because there's
That
so
one,
many.
that-
It's like he's drunk.
That one clip that you just played for us was what, 20 seconds maybe?
Fuck. No, it was like 30. I think,
It was like 30 seconds. Do you know how much he had to go through to get that 30 seconds? Like 5 hours.
And I want to be very clear. I don't want to be ableist if it's some sort of speech impediment or whatever. Why
Right,
he does
that's
that.
true.
Okay, I understand.
But if you're just a drunk
But
fuck,
but dude, well, I'm just saying, Jeremy, you edit your video. You have an editor. Chop that shit up. I know you're probably against jump cuts, but do something, dude. Because I can't watch this on normal speed.
And you don't have
I
to do
regret,
jump cuts,
And I
B-roll.
regret that I made these clips in normal speed. Because I can't fucking listen to them. All right, here's clip number 2.
I see a lot of my cohorts on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, this is kind of continuing the same thought. I do want to give a little preamble because
Yeah.
this is a 12-minute video that I chopped up. So he's continuing to talk about what people being excited about the movie. Oh, hit the wrong button.
damn it.
I see a lot of my cohorts on Twitter, and this isn't a dig on them or a slight on them, but like, I just think that most people are over the Marvel excitement. I saw the trailer to Thor: Love and Thunder, and it was exactly what I expected. Taika Waititi, I think, is an insufferable human being, but I do love his work. This movie didn't need to exist. It's yet another
How do you
Thor's
love his work?
trying to find himself story, which is like the 3rd time we've done this.
No, it isn't. Okay. I'm glad you brought that up, Tyler, because I thought the same thing. How can you hate, as you called him,
Taika Waititi.
how can you hate his work or hate him as a human but love his work?
Well, didn't he say representable human being or something?
Something.
Very along those lines. But
Yeah, yeah.
but I love his work.
Which again,
I'll bet
are
you-
you watching what I'm watching? Because
Hey.
a lot of his politics are in his movies.
Hey, you know what? I'm willing to bet that the quartering feels the same way about another historical person. Hitler.
Ooh, I can't wait.
I don't like him, but I love his work. Yeah, we know you do, quartering, you fuck.
All right,
Your fucking
all
brown
right,
shirt
all
is
right.
showing. dude.
Legally, we're not calling him a Nazi.
Okay,
I'm just saying because he's
You're
the
right.
type that would sue.
you're right. But fuck you, dude.
Taika Waititi.
At least he gave us that drop. Did you watch Our Flag Means Death? Yeah, it's executive produced by.
Taika Waititi.
Dude, I hope he's never seen that.
Hey.
because he would not like that show.
You know, right? You know what the best part of that shitty Green Lantern movie back in the day was?
Oh yeah, I forgot that
Taika Waititi.
was in it. Did you know that when James Gunn was fired from Guardians 3, they were really considering? Oh damn it! No,
Taika Waititi.
I fucking hate him.
What?
By the way, the dude is mainstream. There's been multiple interviews that he's done where people have said Taika Waititi.
for a long time.
Yes. Come on, man.
Yeah.
All right, here's clip number 3. And so I moved along throughout the video because the video kind of goes like this. He talks about the trailer and everybody being excited about it, but he's like, oh, it's the MCU. And then he talks about the emasculating of Thor. He even goes into the announcement of it back in 2019, Comic-Con 2019, and like how cringe that was.
What?
And then he talks about how he wants his movies to be more serious. So it goes on a journey. Here's clip number 3.
I don't want to be that guy that for the next
You
10
are that
years,
guy.
Every time a Marvel movie comes out, I'm like, oh, this is the worst thing ever.
You already are.
And it's not because
You
the
fucking
people
idiot.
that do that are wrong.
Yes, they are.
They are
Because
wrong.
I'm just tired of it. I'm just
Then shut the fuck up!
exhausted.
You sound
I'm
exhausted.
So tired of it all. man,
Yeah.
you know, like
Take a fucking
yes,
Nembutal,
it's going
motherfucker.
to be a mediocre Marvel movie.
I just want to hear that last
I actually
part.
don't have any issue whatsoever with Natalie Portman. I really like Natalie Portman. I just don't care about Jane Foster. And we all know why the story has Jane Foster in it. It's about passing the torch. It's the same
Okay.
reason we're talking about Riri Williams taking over for Iron Man. It's about
Yes.
the MCU.
Oh, God. So, listen to this. Woe is me, the quartering, who chose to be a fucking content creator, who my life is so bad. I have to watch a trailer for a living, and I have to look at people's reactions on Shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. I'm so sick of this shit. It's the Listen to this. Listen to this
I don't wanna
melancholy,
be that
whiny
guy
bitch.
That for the next 10
I don't want to
Be
be
that
that guy.
guy.
You are, dumb fuck.
As
you are.
As you launch into your that guy tirade, you know, I'll bet you his favorite
Why
Natalie
don't you go
Portman.
piss in your fucking basement, you loser?
I'll bet you his favorite Natalie Portman movie is The Professional.
It's actually a good movie, but
Well,
creepy as fuck, but a good movie.
Yeah.
You know who isn't in that movie?
Tiki Watiti.
I love how forlorn. I just want my movies to be
I just don't
serious.
care. It's. I'm so tired. Then stop. Nobody's making you make YouTube videos, dumb shit.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, you are because you need to get that fucking ad revenue. Here's clip number 4.
Oh my
He
god.
presents her with Milner. It's
Oh.
so
This is
Milner?
stop. We'll get. You can riff on that. I just. This is him talking about Taika. This is him talking about Taika Waititi introducing Natalie Portman at the Comic-Con 2019 and all the wokeness behind that. Because that ties into this somehow.
Because he introduced a woman.
and he presents her with
woman?
It's so cringe.
Yeah.
I know
This guy talking about
canonically,
cringe.
Other people can wield, those that are worthy can wield the hammer. I get it. I just don't, like, when I'm watching Endgame and I'm watching like 5 different people toss around
That doesn't
Mjolnir,
happen
I
in
don't-
Endgame.
Like, I don't, like, it's not cool then to me. It's Thor's weapon. And again, I
It's
know
Thor's
that, like, I'm just
weapon!
being honest how I feel. It's cringy seeing Captain America use it. I don't like it. It's Thor's weapon.
Aww.
Okay, so he said that he is the only person on planet Earth that enjoys these that watched that Endgame and saw Captain America wielding Mjolnir and bitched about it because that was the coolest fucking scene in the movie.
Yeah, he didn't toss it around to 5 other people.
Yeah, 2 people wielded it. Cap, or 1, technically, well, yeah, 2. Cap and Thor. And this, what are you talking about? The scene where Cap throws it and Spider-Man swings a web to it? Because that's the only other person that touches Mjolnir.
Yeah, and he doesn't really like wield Mjolnir. He latches onto it.
Also, another great job.
It's Thor's weapon.
He's so mad.
Have you seen that?
Thor's weapon.
Have you seen Mjolnir?
Why did you give it to my sister?
Have you seen Mjolnir?
Milner?
It's Thor's weapon.
He likes that big hammer. Have you seen it?
It's Thor's weapon.
You know who should wield the hammer?
Tiki Watiti.
If Macho Man saw him, he'd be like,
You are nothing but garbage, yeah. Nothing but garbage, Guyana.
I love how we're an hour and something in and we haven't even talked about Moon Knight today.
No, so the best part about
We
it
got one more clip,
is,
by the way.
the best part is just how like sad. My favorite part is how these people bitch about snowflakes and libtards and all this, but they are the fucking
Biggest
whiniest
fucking
little
babies.
bitches.
They want to be
dude.
victims so bad.
Yeah,
They want to be victims, and why isn't anybody appealing to this white male agenda?
because that's what all of human history has been so far. You fucks.
Why are these
Time to try something
damn
different.
people like?
Tiki Watiti.
Yeah, with your yeah, all being creating stuff.
No, you know what?
What's the next
You know
clip?
what? Next clip I'm gonna play when he says something really fucking stupid, which is gonna be pretty much anything he says. I'm just gonna click the what.
Yeah, it sounds good.
What?
Sounds good. Let's do this.
I just don't care.
Oh yeah.
about-
So this is him wrapping up the video.
I just don't care about Marvel movies anymore.
Then
like
shut
I
up.
used to.
Then shut
They've
up.
already destroyed
Don't watch
all
them.
the characters I loved. They've emasculated Thor's character over the past 3 or 4 movies. They killed off Iron Man. There isn't, like other than
They killed
Guardians
Iron
of the
Man.
Galaxy, which I still kind of enjoyed. That's been downhill too. The same problem with Guardians of the Galaxy. First one, great. Second one, too many damn jokes. I like a good comedy. Like, we get it. A lot of crazy stuff's going on, but you're superheroes, and you're like, pew pew, quip, pew pew, quip. We get it. What? Like, that's like the entirety of the dialogue. These guys don't take anything seriously ever. If they're facing the extinction of the human race, and they're just like, heh 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 heh, joke. Like that, I get it, but what that tells me is like, I'm not the audience, Like, I'm just gotten older and crabbier, and I like movies like The Batman, and I like Joker, and I like the Christopher Nolan Batman series. I like serious movies about, even with these characters, like, could you imagine if like we did like
This
a
is me chopping
serious
this up, by
dark
the way.
movie with Thor or something like that, like instead of just constant jokes? But I know that's not what they want. That's not what the kids want that they're catering to, because that's what they're obsessed with, is like, what do the kids on Twitter say about it? Oh my God, more representation, slay queen. It's fine. I don't care. Like, we know what
I don't
Disney's
care.
doing. We know what Marvel's doing. They're pushing out the strong alpha male characters either by replacing them or humiliating them, and they've been doing it for years.
Okay. I'm gonna take this one first.
You go for it, man.
This is one thing that I hate about Disney Star Wars, and it's gonna make sense. I'm gonna tie it to this.
Yeah, where are you going?
Because what Disney has done with their Disney Plus shows, with Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, people have revisionist history of the prequels. And people have revisionist history, be like, oh, I always liked the prequels. The same people that were like, fuck the prequels, can't wait for the sequel trilogy. That's the same motherfuckers right now. They see the Love and Thunder trailer, they see Jane in it, they freak out. They're like, what is this? Him homming, beat bopping, scopping, making funny jokes. MCU, I hate it. I want Yeah, I want serious movies. They made 2 serious Thor movies, and you fuckers hated them. You hated them. Chris Hemsworth hated them. But now you got fucking
Tiki Watiti.
making a movie,
Tiki Watiti.
and God forbid she's throwing around.
It's Thor's weapon.
What a
bitch! What a little bitch!
I have never heard somebody sound so forlorn about a fucking fictional character.
A movie that you don't have to see. You don't have to go see it.
You know my favorite. By the way, you do have to get. Pew, pew.
Recipes.
You do have
hit that, by the way. That was an accident.
You do have to get pew pew quip as a drop.
Yeah.
'Cause
I like. You know what I like? You know what I like? That incel anthem that is Joker, and I love the fucking. I like the Batman.
I like
Christopher Nolan,
I
and
like-
those are the only serious movies I can think of.
I like white men that are sad because the world is not for them anymore, and they
Like
beat
me.
up on. No, but dude, pew pew quip. I gotta say something. Have you ever read a comic book in your entire miserable fucking life?
Tyler, I got something to say. Even the Batman has humor in it.
Did you know
'Cause
that
I rewatched it recently. There's
Did you
jokes
know
in that movie
that
too.
one of the most humorous comic books of the last like 50 years, Justice League International, which actually set the tone for all the MCU movies and everything else that we have.
Did who wrote it?
Tiki Watiti.
Yep. No, but guess who was the only mainstream DC character they would let them use? Because it was after Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I don't know.
Batman.
Wow.
So, Mr. Serious Batman, why don't you go take a look at the series called Justice League International,
Yeah.
written by J.M. DeMatteis and Keith Geffen, with art by Kevin Maguire and Terry Austin. I think you will find that Batman. Also, have you ever heard of a little known movie? It's a little art house movie from back in the '60s called Batman '66.
Oh.
Not a lot of people have seen it.
Oh, I cut
But there is humor in
Yes.
that one, and it is a Batman movie. So
Beloved.
I'm sorry to tell
Beloved.
you, you stupid motherfucker.
I cut part of
you are
this.
so wrong.
I cut some of it out.
You
Just
had
because,
to.
well, I cut a bunch of it. But
What a
there was a
fuck.
segment that I cut out that he was talking about Thor is just used to prop up other characters again. And it's like, okay, so he was who's he propping up in Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Hulk?
Yeah. No.
Maybe?
No.
Oh, and he bitched about Valkyrie and King
course.
Valkyrie and Slay Queen.
I'm
and
surprised they
da-da-da-da.
didn't. I'm surprised they didn't just go for the easy. She's in a suit. Women don't wear
Oh
suits.
no, there's dudes on.
Are there really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Also,
Well, dude, there's people mad that her name is King Valkyrie,
why?
not Queen Valkyrie, because she's a woman. Like that's what they say, not me. But I don't fucking care
A
because
woman?
Tyler, guess what?
What?
It's fictional characters, and you don't have to be like the Quartering and all these fucking losers that act like this is the end all be all to your life.
Yeah,
and I
'cause
know
it's
that I'm
not.
saying that coming from a comic book pop culture podcast, but dude. Shut up. Like, you don't need... You're going to go... And look, to his credit, this is the only video he's made on Thor, which is surprising. But, like, just stop. Just fucking stop. Because you can't sit there and act like... Listen to this, man. This is a YouTuber. This is a content creator.
This
Listen
is
to
an
him.
adult male.
I don't want to be that guy.
You
For
are.
the next
You
10
are.
years, every time a Marvel movie comes out, I'm like, oh, this is the worst thing ever.
Then don't
And it's
watch
not
it.
because the people that do that are wrong.
Yes, they
Great
are.
save. He realizes, shit, I just exposed my grift. But I don't think it's that. It's later in the clip. But just listen outside. I'm just so tired, and I don't want to talk about it. And damn it,
We're really tired of
Thor's
listening to you.
weapon.
yeah. No, I'm not. I fucking could roast this guy for 3 hours.
No,
if I
I'm
wanted
saying like tired of listening
to. Yes,
to
I'm tired of this.
him.
I'm so tired of this shit.
We could
It's
go
the
off on
same
it for
dude
3
as that
hours.
nerdrotic guy. It's the same dude as all these other fucking chodes. It's like, you don't have to make these YouTube videos. You chose to make this grift. You chose to do this, and you're pissed. And in the same video he talks about Black Widow and Shang-Chi being a failure. By what fucking metric? Because if we're going by reality, Jeremy, they fucking made ass tons of money.
Yeah. In
And
fact-
Black Widow did it both were in the middle of a pandemic.
Hey, Jake. I don't remember, but did Scarlett Johansson sue Disney because the movie made way more than they said that it did?
It was for streaming too, but
Right. So
but
why?
whatever.
But if Black Widow was such a failure,
Mm-hmm.
why would she sue for more money? Because she didn't get the full cut.
And he presents her with Mjolnir. It's
Builder.
Tiki Watiti.
But if you take out a calculator and you go, this is why Scarlett Johansson sued Disney.
Yeah.
Then your whole fucking point is
And
is
you
moot.
know who else is pissed? Kevin Feige, because Spider-Man made $1 billion. Shut the fuck up. Sometimes I sit there and like, do you enjoy anything? Yeah, I enjoy
Right?
these 3 movies. These 4
all
movies.
the time.
Yeah.
And one of them is Funny Farm with Chevy Chase.
Tyler, you know what?
What time is it?
Now bored?
No, this has been one of the most.
You love it when I get animated. You love it
exciting.
when I get pissed.
This is one of the most exciting. We got to work through some shit. It's exciting.
Yeah. But Thor, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Directed by
Tiki Watiti.
Pew Pew Quip. Pew Pew Quip.
I was listening to that. I'm like, I can't believe you didn't think about getting a drop.
That's
of
a good
that.
point. In the words of Randy Savage, the Quartering, you are.
You are nothing but garbage, yeah. Nothing but garbage, Gaina.
All right, shit. We still got Moon Knight to talk about. So let's talk about Moon Knight.
Yeah, let's do it.
Episode 4 dropped on Wednesday. Tyler.
Yeah.
I like this episode a lot.
Me too.
But I gotta say, I
Huh?
want more Moon Knight. I want more of him in the costume. That has kind of been disappointing for me. But
I thought you might say that because I've been thinking the same thing, especially when we got so much of it in episode 2.
and episode 3,
We got more.
we got that big fight scene in episode 3.
We got more in episode 3 than we did, I think, previously. But There's almost none of it in episode 4. Now, there's a reason for that because Khonshu's not around and he
Yeah, that
can't.
makes sense.
Okay, sure.
Uh,
But I was actually thinking about that after the second episode. I was sitting there going, I hope they start ramping up the suit and keep that. Like, I hope they don't go up here and then down here, which is what they've done.
Yeah.
They because episode 3 was like a big set piece, and then episode 4 again because of the story, they don't have the suit. But
Yeah.
I agree with you. I want to see more Moon Knight stuff too.
Yeah. I love the fact that they go into the tomb and they find the meaty bits.
The Ushabti. Oh yeah, that was fucking gross.
What are they, like demon things? Like,
Oh, those are the creatures are Egyptian. They're the guys who used to do the embalming. I can't
Yeah.
remember what they're called. But yeah, that creepy
but the fact that they were
sound,
he was just like and pulling out like
that
fucking
creepy
just
sound, dude.
pulling organs. And that was fun. Like again, I like when the show kind of embraces the more spooky stuff. I think it's more fun.
Spooky. That was
Spooky.
horrifying.
Spooky.
Ugh.
Spooky season.
Let me just pull out your intestines while you're alive.
I thought the guy was dead. Pretty sure.
Might have died.
Excuse me.
Yep.
But I liked that aspect of it because it adds a lot of tension. It was scary. I dug that. We get more of God. What is Layla?
Yeah.
We get more on her, and I think they did such an amazing job getting Ethan Hawke to be Harrow because
Yeah.
Harrow is such a good villain because he's so calm.
Yeah.
He's so collected.
He
Even when he takes the scarab off that one dude, he's like, "I can offer you all these things." No, just kidding, you're dead. Like, it's just-
he when he's on screen, he's clearly in control.
Yes.
Even when he doesn't seem to be, and circumstances may point to him being in like trouble or whatever, he never breaks that.
Mhm.
I don't, and that's due to Ethan Hawke's acting ability, the writing, the directing. But you can tell, like everybody on set is like, whatever he said, man.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. I like that because he's the veteran actor on the project, and he's he's the big bad or whatever. But yeah, he really does. There's something very sinister about somebody who is capable of such atrocity, but who never rises above like a loud
Yeah.
voice.
And he very
I don't even think
calmly-
we've heard him shout,
No.
which is even creepier.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see him mad.
So, but he tells Layla that Mark was there when her father was killed,
Mhm.
implying that he did it.
Mhm.
Which sets a rift between them, and I think that's. I don't. Do you think Mark killed him?
No, he
Do you
didn't.
believe him? Because he.
No, but he brought them to them.
But what I'm saying is, do you believe Harrow or do you believe Mark?
I believe that the. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I think I'm sorry. Harrow is trying to make Layla believe that Mark was directly responsible for her father's death. I think what's more accurate is that Mark fell in with a bad group and tried to prevent the carnage. When that didn't work, he was himself hurt. And so, no, I don't think he's directly responsible, but I know he was there. And later on in the episode, he tells her. Here's one thing I like about their relationship. Even whether it's Mark and her or Steven and her talking, it's clear that the writers, I don't know about you, but a lot of, I really hate writing that takes like a conversation between two people and has one of them like not saying something that they should have. And that creates like the next thing, the
Right.
next
The
level of
tension.
tension or drama. I really like how honest these characters are with each other. I know they're characters and they're written and whatnot. But I like how when she confronts him, he's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Well, even I forgot to talk about this. Even before that, when they're getting to the tomb, she kisses Steven.
Yeah.
And then Mark brings it up in conversation. He's like, "So you
Yeah.
kissed her, huh?" That was weird.
That was
Like,
a pretty funny little back and
But
forth.
again, that was just him talking in the water, like the
Yeah.
conversation. So then we get to the Macedonian one and being like, "Oh, this is the tomb of Alexander the Great."
Which has still not been found.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh shit, crazy," and then he puts his hand down his throat to grab something. Did they say what it is, or because I feel like I missed that? Do they ever say what it is?
It's called an ushabti.
Oh, gross.
I was doing that because we stopped the.
Yeah,
pod.
I know.
No, but it's the little figurine, and he's the voice of Amit or whatever. So he makes the.
Oh, that's how they get to Amit first. Yeah.
That's the he makes the correct inference. Oh yeah, and
Yeah, he's like, get in there, dude. What kills me about the mummification process again? No hate on the Egyptian culture, but I do think it's hilarious that how they preserve the brain with sticking a hook through the nose, grinding up the brain, and pulling it out.
Yeah,
being like, so you're not gonna need the brain in the afterlife?
Oh, by the way,
you need all your other organs, but not your brain.
No, because here's the thing: is Egyptians didn't think the brain was anything.
No, they didn't understand that it was.
Well, I don't know if they understood that, but the soul and the self.
Well, yeah. Why would you need your brain in the afterlife?
It was in the heart.
Yeah, but why would you need your brain in the afterlife?
So you'd keep the heart intact. They take it out and you keep the heart intact.
But they have to know that the brain is something.
All those little jars. I don't know how much they knew.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up. Anyway, but that's why they didn't care about that.
Yeah.
They just wanted the
because they believed your whole your personality, your soul, everything was in your heart.
Yeah, they wanted the vessel to be empty.
But anyway, back to the show.
But the little jars, they're called canopic jars, and in all the tombs, that's where they would, when they removed all the organs, they put them in these little jars. That's what those were. And
yeah,
I love that this show is not only good, but it's like steeped in ancient Egyptian like practices, dude. I'm fucking
I see now
so hard,
and I hate to keep this is like the Thor episode.
You're hard,
but I hate to keep bringing back to Thor, but I'm wondering if, with all this talk of ancient Egyptian culture and mythology and belief, we are seeing this new era of Marvel, and I'm wondering. I do really think that this show is somehow going to tie to Love and Thunder, and tie to gore, in some fashion, because it just makes sense to me to have Marvel start bringing in all these god characters, but then at the same time bring in the God Butcher to be like, okay, these do exist in our universe.
Yeah.
But Gore's here to kill them.
Something as simple as like the next time or like the last time you see all of the avatars, like one of them isn't there.
Yeah.
What happened to them? We don't know, but something's hunting us, and then that's the end of the show.
Or maybe something like Blade at the end of Eternals, where you just hear Christian Bale's voice, and you hear Gore say something.
Are you ready? Are you ready for that?
No, it's the fucking clip from Terminator Salvation. No, from Terminator Salvation when he yelled at that dude.
Who the fuck walked into someone's shop?
What the fuck are you doing? No, don't shut me up. Like a whole thing. And I get it, because I understand when he was like in the scene, like in this very emotional scene, but it's just like, that's what he says to, don't kill us, Gordon. It's like, no, don't shut me up. I'll fuck you up. I'm calling the God Butcher, bitch. But so the big reveal in this episode is really cool, because they're doing the Jeff Lemire Moon Knight bit, which is a very surreal thing. And I saw it first, and I texted you. I said it's a mind fuck before you watched it. And so Harrow finds the tomb. His dudes find the tomb. Mark fights. By the way, he doesn't have the suit, so he's fighting them off, killing some dudes. And then they shoot him twice, and he doesn't have the suit to heal him. So he falls into the water that's surrounding the tomb, or the sarcophagus, I should say. And as he's doing that, boom, all white, we're in a psych ward. And as soon as that happened, I was like, that's interesting. I like that. Because now we're getting into... And then we see that... I love that they introduce it with this cheesy like VHS, and the character's name is Stephen Grant. So we're like, oh, is that how he got the Stephen Grant persona? Is that why he has that name? And then we finally see him as Mark, just sitting in a wheelchair, like sedated.
Clearly drugged. Yeah.
And then Layla's there, and she's talking to him, and she's continued. So and I'm sure one of the things that I noticed too, that somebody had a drawing of Khonshu that they kind of show.
Okay.
So there was a lot there. And then the minute he sees a reflection, he sees Steven again. And it's like, okay, so now he's trying to get his bearings back.
Yep.
And then we see him with Haro again, but Haro is perceived as this psychiatric help and being like, hey, I know what you're dealing with.
Which is another scene of like him being just completely in control.
And it's great. Ethan Hawke kills it again. And this show is really just a showcase of Oscar Isaac, and I'm fucking here for it because he's fantastic. He is so good in this show. And he does an amazing job. And you know, it's great that they painstakingly made Steven and Mark feel different.
Yeah.
When one of them is in control, it's a different show.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not a huge fan of Steven. I like Mark more. But you know what? That's the fun of the show. And and that whole conversation, it's starting to come to, and then as he's leaving and he escapes, and he's like, stay the hell away from me, and he's like freaking out. And it's like, this whole show is really just put a camera on Oscar Isaac and let him go.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so
That's
then
cool with me.
he gets into the hallway. He finds the room, finds the sarcophagus. He lets out Steven, and they have actually a really touching moment where they hug each other. And I was like, oh.
We're not crazy.
I mean,
There's two of us in one body, but at least we're not crazy.
I don't know where we're at in like time and space right now, but it is nice to see you.
Or if we're even in reality.
Or if we're dead. I think we're dead. I don't know.
Could be. Who knows?
And then they go to a third hallway, or they go to another room, and it's a sarcophagus, and it's rattling and shaking, but they won't open it. And that looks like it's going to be Jake Lockley is the implication. Yeah. Which we saw him in. We didn't see him, but he did kill some fools.
He
in
was
episode
implied in episode 3.
Because that was when Mark was like, I did. Steven's like, why did you do that? And Mark's like, I didn't do it.
He pitied some fools in episode 3 for sure.
Cook some fools. You know?
Yep.
Anyway, so the big reveal is they open the door and there's this hippo, and she says hi, and then they comment.
Hi.
They go, ah! They scream. Who the fuck is the hippo?
I don't know. It's an Egyptian god. No, that's a... I was going to say Hatshepsut, but that's a queen.
Also, the fun thing about this show is they did have like plush. They have the Egyptian hippo god thing, like plushies, in the first episode with Steven. So they were telegraphing that right away. I don't know what to make of this show, dude. I really don't, and that's kind of why I love it. I think I love it because it takes turns. Left turns on me that I didn't expect. Like, I was fully expecting there to be a show, and I was lulled into that traditional MCU style, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I think was so appealing to this, and that's why Oscar Isaac said yes, that's why Ethan Hawke said yes, is where you thought it was going to be like, oh, he's going to have a big fight, but then he's going to get captured, and then he's going to go to Haro's thing, and Haro's going to like, I want you to see Amit. Maybe they do that. But in this episode, they don't do that, and then they do a whole mind fuck on you. And I love that.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the overall of the episode?
I liked it. Yeah, I'm
Would have preferred more Moon Knight, right? But we understand narratively why they didn't do it.
Yeah. I just whenever they are doing like ancient Egyptian stuff, like that's right up my alley. I love Moon Knight from the comics. Yeah, I don't think I've watched an episode and been like, that was not that good.
Yeah.
I think they're all
I can understand how people might not be not into this show as much because it's definitely taking a lot more chances than...
It's a slow burn for sure.
It takes a lot more chances than any of the other shit they've put out.
Yeah.
Other than WandaVision. I think it reminds me a lot of WandaVision in that aspect of like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, because the other ones, even Loki was still a fairly straightforward show. Like you have there
was still like
you have a
the
cold
multiverse
open,
shit.
You have the opening sequence, then you have the show, then you have the end credits. But like WandaVision, as an example, they went through boot camp. They had I think they filmed the first episode in front of a live studio audience.
Yes, they did.
And if I'm not mistaken, by the end of the show, it was I think 45 minutes an episode, but originally it was 22.
Half-hour episode.
Because they were supposed to be like sitcoms.
And it's a 9-episode season. The only other one that did that was What If. And those
right.
were half-hour episodes.
So, when you think about it, it is probably the most different compared to the other series that we have seen so far.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it. I'm interested to see what the last 2 episodes hold. And again, I'm still holding out that I think that some way this is going to tie into Thor. I don't know how, but I think it will. I think it's going to bring in gore and all that other shit.
Yeah.
All right, so it's that time of the episode. I know we're going long, but we're always going long when it's Tyler.
Wait, I don't know if I have anything. Do I have anything for this week? He's
Make
like,
something up.
huh?
Make something up.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so
See, I knew you'd figure it out. Your long box is the quartering.
We've been talking about this. we've been talking about
That's
this.
Thor's weapon.
Yeah, we've talked today about how there's a lot of guys out there who really just need to shut the fuck up and crawl back under their rock. The world is changing around you. If you're not aware of it, let me just say this. No amount of videos is going to stop the world from changing. Okay? So, we've been listening to this, and last week I went off on Marvel, and I kind of went off on Marvel Comics, and I'd just like to say this week,
I like you.
no, I want to make it clear that there was reasons why I did that, and that they're maybe not the best reasons. What was one of my bitches about? What was one of my bitches?
What was one of my bitches?
Trying to be all woke over here. What was one of my gripes was that there's all these series that don't appeal to me. Okay,
Yeah.
well, aren't we always talking about inclusivity though?
Yeah.
That's not the reason why they didn't appeal to me, by the way. It's just that whatever character or maybe the sequence on the cover or the art on the cover really just was like whatever.
I mean, the only Thor that I've ever read is the Jason Aaron stuff.
Or maybe for instance, in an instance of Thor, I haven't read Thor in a couple of months, so I don't know what last issue I wrote or I read, so I'm not gonna, So there's a lot of different reasons.
I don't read Hulk. I haven't really read Hulk, but you love Hulk and
the point
stuff
is
like that.
the point is that I think the reason why I was upset more than anything was that I had tried to go to the comic book shop the night before. I didn't make it before they closed, so I was really excited after work on that day, all day at work. I'm like, oh, I can't wait. And then I was expecting. There's the other thing too is that there's only like 3 or 4 series that I follow every month, and honestly, thanks Marvel for that, because otherwise I'd be fucking broke. So we've been calling out this guy and a couple other people for bitching and moaning on all this stuff for the wrong reasons.
Well, yeah.
So my long box is this. There's going to be weeks when I'm going to say fuck you, Marvel. There's going to be.
Well, yeah.
There just are. But was my reasoning last week for a good reason? Was it worth saying fuck you, Marvel? And I realized after looking at it that it really wasn't. So I'm not retracting because I don't want to be that guy either. But I do want to make sure that if I'm going to bitch about something, I'm going to have a good reason to bitch about it.
Yes.
And I'm not just going to be like, oh, well, I really wanted some comic books and you didn't have any.
Aim it at a worthy target, That's really what it is. Yeah. Well,
that's basically me trying to say, hey, the quartering, this is how you deal with stuff that upsets you. Not the way you do. Like this.
No, that's bullshit. You bitch and moan.
And then you get clicks. And then ad revenue.
The only
and
time
then you monetize your channel.
The only time I will accept cyberbullying is like in the case of Sonic. Where they actually made the right decision and been like, hey, why don't you change this design because it looks like shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that's it. Tyler's long. Now it's time for Jake. Unlimited. All right, so last week what is this? Fucking Sweet Leaf by Black Sabbath? Last week I teased the Avengers review that I was going to do, like the long form critique. So I started playing it last night, the night before we recorded this Thursday. I played about a couple hours when I could. It was late at night because work has been really busy lately and hectic. So I got home late and I was like, you know what? I just want to kind of relax and play some Avengers. And this game is so frustrating to me because, and I've seen this criticism a lot. Most of the criticisms on this game are not the story or the characters. It's The combat can feel a little samey, even though you're playing as different characters. They all control the same.
Right.
Which I'm not really.
The mechanics are the same for each character.
Yes, each character has a projectile. Each character has a punch and a kick, and it's like,
Yeah,
I don't care. That doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Because I understand.
What's Hulk's projectile? Spit?
No, he'll pick shit off the ground and throw.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
But like Kamala Khan is a character in this, and her projectile is literally her just stretching her arm out and punching someone, which is like fine, whatever. I don't really care about that, but I understand the criticism of it feeling a little samey in combat. But that being said, the combat's fantastic. I love the story, but the grindy loot gear systems are still really silly to me, and this game is a game that's constantly been updated. It's a live service game, so it's constantly getting updated. And they just announced recently that they're bringing the mighty Thor, Jane Foster, into the game, so you can play as her. And I'm like, well, how is she going to play any different than Thor? But whatever. But that's the thing. The little bit that I played with Thor, I want to play with more Thor. Because Thor is a character that should have been a video game character a long fucking time ago, because it feels so badass when I throw Mjolnir, hits 3 dudes, or I hit a dude in the back, and then when I pull it back to me, it takes out 3 other dudes and knocks them out, and then I catch it, and then I jump up and I do a lightning strike. And I'm like, this shit's so cool. Why not make more of that? But I understand. But I'm really digging the story, and I'm really enjoying it, because the story is you play as Kamala Khan. This isn't a spoiler. This game's been out 2 years, and it's the beginning of the game anyway. Captain America dies at the beginning because there's like this reactor that goes off and kills him. And it also creates the Inhumans. And Kamala is an Inhuman.
Yep.
So as playing as her, you start as her after the big sequence where you fight on the Golden Gate Bridge, and then you find out that the main villain is MODOK. He slowly turns into MODOK, which is cool. And he's the one who kills Captain America because he locks him in the room. But as you go on as Kamala, it's cool because you're getting the band back together. You're reforming the Avengers because this is 5 years after it happens. They all went their separate ways. And you find Hulk first, and you convince Bruce to go with you. And there's just like a funny sequence on your way to go find Tony. You're in the car, and she's just slurping on this big gulp, and he's so annoyed with her. And she's just, just sitting there, and then she'll turn the music on, and then he goes, turns the music off, and like, it's just fun to see them do more of a which I thought, and they couldn't do this in the movies, but this is what just forget it. He needs to go outside, and he keeps trying to jump on the couch.
Stop patting the seat next to me.
It drives me up a wall. No, but I'm a sucker for those kind of stories of getting the band back together, so I'm really enjoying it. Now, will that change as I get further in the game and they're going to be more about the loot and the gear system? Probably. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'm really excited once I finish the main story to do, because there's a Kate Bishop story, there's the Future Imperfect story, and there's also a Black Panther story that I'm going to play. I can't play Spider-Man because Spider-Man's only available on the PS4 and PS5 version because fuck you, Sony.
Yeah, fuck you,
and,
Sony. Don't you have PS4? Or don't you have PS?
I do have a PS4, but I'm playing it on Xbox Game Pass. I don't own the game.
Right, yeah.
And we'll see what happens. But I'm enjoying it so far.
That's good.
So that is it for episode 45. That's right. We were on 43, but we put out 2 episodes on Monday. And now you're getting an episode on a Friday?
Holy shit!
We are fucking content kings, dude. And you know what? Nobody talks about how hard it is being a content creator.
Right.
You know, when we just sit there and we read comic books and we watch TV and we watch movies.
And then we talk about it.
And we play a video game. Nobody talks about, like, the hard shit. Everybody talks about coal miners and doctors and frontline, like EMTs.
Yeah.
But nobody talks about how hard it is to be. You realize how fucking stupid I sound, Jeremy? You piece of shit. I just had to get one more dig in him. You excited to see Thor: Love and Thunder directed by
Tiki Watiti?
Only if at some point
Jesus, get to the joke. Even you were like, "Fuck, come on, Tyler, this is your big scene."
Only if my favorite part is in that. My favorite part is I got nothing. Just
Thor's weapon.
there you go. I was trying
Thor's
to think,
weapon.
I was trying to think of a funny way to get there, and I just couldn't.
Speaking of which, next week,
What? Look
big.
at this shit.
Not next week, but the week
I'm
after
just
that,
compromised.
we got Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Got tickets.
Gonna do that. Oh, you did?
No,
Oh shit!
but it's like 2 weeks out, and I'll do it today.
I'll do it right fucking.
No, we will have tickets. You know me. I'm not.
No,
I'm not gonna not.
But before that, I was gonna do this on the air. We just talked about the Avengers game. This May 4th will be 10 years since the first release of the first Avengers.
Yeah.
And I think
Same year I moved back to Iowa.
May 2nd will be the Monday of the what Jesus Christ. The episode that would go out on a Monday would be May 2nd. I'm trying to wrap this shit up. I think what we should do, we should both, we don't have to watch it together, but we should definitely sit down and rewatch that movie.
Okay.
And do like a little 10-year retrospective on the first Avengers movie. Sure. The movie that really started all of this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for listening.
I got it.
Just remember, I'm a big fan of his work.
Tiki Watiti.
Which, by the way, how could you say that you hate him as a human but like his work? He even says in that video that he loves Jojo Rabbit. I'm like, I think you missed the point, though.
Yeah. Also, I wonder if he knows anything about like Roman Polanski.
Oh God. All I know is this: Jeremy from the Quartering is a dumb shit.
Yeah.
That's it. I had to say that. Hey, that's the reality.
And that's it.
Tiki Watiti.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.